I was thinking, wow, am I going to make this video or not? But yeah, I'm just going to talk a bit about my experience of having a German company for a couple of years, and I should have given up or sold the brand years beforehand. But of course, sometimes you don't know. You believe in something and everyone's been through it. You make decisions and mistakes, but you learn from them, of course. So I'm just going to walk you through. So I had my hygiene company, e-commerce company, started this in the Corona times, and everything good. We made about 10, 20 million euro turnover, a good amount of profit. At that time, I had some people were interested, but I wanted to scale, keep on going, investing money, buying new products, building the system, hiring new people. Of course, when you make the first time so much money in your life, you think, wow, it's going to never stop. But how everything is, something stops if you change in the world, like Corona finished. And also the products, I bought about half, I think it was 500,000 or 300,000 or 400,000 euro in stock. Yeah, but then suddenly a week later, everything was gone. I had masks and et cetera, et cetera. Of course, we had all the products. We had about 10 to 20,000 products added to the store. So it was like quite a big hygiene company. You can also still Google that. You want hygiene100.de. Yeah, so it was actually a very good experience. But then the trouble happened. The tax government came. I had a wrong tax accounting. I'll come to this one also in the end of the video. And yeah, as the first experience, you come into a stage with something like this. So they were checking the books because, of course, made so much money and profits, and I didn't have any expenses actually. I think my only expenses was maybe, okay, later the people. In the beginning I had, I think, 2,000 euro expenses. So that how can I get all these customers by not even having people or marketing costs? But I know I was knowing how to do it, email marketing. That was the core business. And then later on, of course, I invested in SEO and then in the website and stuff. But everything come from the email marketing. Nearly 50 euro cost in the end. Yeah, so the problems happened with the tax government. They were checking my books for years in the end. Then just 2 years back, they sent a letter that I had to pay 400,000 euro back, which actually is not true because of my tax accountant, which I also know personally. They effed it up in the end. So that actually, yeah, fucked my business up, the whole venture. And I had to really, yeah, I had to fire the people. Of course, I lost a few 100,000 on the stock. Rechange my whole system, cut down the costs, and then slowly I came back up. But then another letter came, and then they froze one of my bank accounts, which I didn't know. Did everything right, and then the next stage happened. So then I had to find a solution because my tax guy, he never helped. He left me. I even flew backwards and forwards to Germany from Dubai, tried to find solutions. To do the books, to clear the books, to do the financial reports every year. It wasn't done properly. So they blamed me, of course. And yeah, I didn't want to do any case against my tax lawyer. And then it took a long time to find the right people or the right guy to try to solve my case. So we cleared up all the financial years. And yeah, we came to a stage that it looked very clean. But then the tax government still come back and said, no, we want to see everything again. Because they were changing the people in the government. So they come back and come back again. But anyhow, if you've been through or you're going through this, it's a system anyway, you know. They're just trying to destroy us as a business owner. So you just don't enjoy it anymore. And that's also for myself. I wouldn't do any business status now, of course. But I don't think in the future I wouldn't start anything in Germany. I wouldn't advise anyone to start it. When I hear people about they're making this, yeah, but have you already got issues with the government? Yes, they have. So it's just going to go on, and it's not going to stop. So if you don't get out of it beforehand, if you can, or even don't start something, do it outside of the country, somewhere else. There's enough places where you can do it. such as UAE, for example. So and then now we are in a case with the previous tax lawyer, so we're going to fight against him now. If nothing, we don't find a solution, so you have a case against him because we are in the rights anyway, so he won't win if he wants to try to fight. And I'm not putting myself in the weak position. I did this long enough, so it's finished now. So we're also watching it. Up to you, because what I've learned also is don't let people play with you. You want to earn money, you need to fight for your things, and that's the life. So just looking back, I would have sold the company well before, if I thought about it in the good stage. But sometimes you just believe in something, you think it's going to go on and on and on. But I don't have any choice that I sold the brand and go on, because it wasn't possible. And also by rechanging the whole structure and system, cutting down all the cost, and then still fighting and still getting it sold in the end, it's very, very hard as well. And without any proper outside money or investors, and doing it myself, and then having companies in Dubai as well, I can tell you it's very hard. But yeah, you come through everything you learn as an entrepreneur, and that's the main thing. But if you also struggling and you thinking to make a decision or do something, think about it. I can just tell you, get out of the center, look around first, because these things I didn't do. I didn't have time. I was in the speed, and so it takes a long time to really analyze it. And sometimes you don't have anyone who you can ask, or they've been through some stages like this. So maybe this video, if you're watching it, this maybe help you if you're going through the same situation, or you were going to come through it. And think sometimes we also don't want to believe other people, because we think we always right and know better, in the same situation with me. So I've also learned that to take some time off or out of the business, look around, rethink, readjust. Don't go too quick sometimes. Also ask sometimes the opinion of one or two experts or in some mentors to not make the wrong decisions again. That's also very important. And decide where you want to open the business. What's your long-term goal? Does it make sense to open it in your home country if you have already issues and tax issues, or is there another place in the world, Cyprus, Malta, or Dubai, for example, where you can do something? So think about these things before you do make a decision, because sometimes you make a step and you can't get back. And in Germany is one, I think it's, even a lot of people say it's probably one of the hardest places to make business, to keep on going. And the country, the government, the tax government, all the bureaucracy, everything, they all just want to destroy you, because it doesn't stop from one paper. And you think you made money, so you made a few 100,000, then a few years later, they'll come back to you and say, you have to pay this taxes, but you don't have the money anymore. So what do? You're lost. You're dead. You can't do anything. You have to give up the company. You have to sell the company or make insolvency. It's so easy. What means easy? It's the only solution sometimes.